driving business.
Welcome back from that short break, and today we are turning our attention to the Ghana Stock Exchange, which many know as the GSE, and taking a closer look to its recent trading activity. You're welcome, Victor.
Thank you so much indeed. The Ghana Securities Exchange is a significant player in Ghana's financial landscape, and it's always intriguing to see how it's performing.
Okay. So, Victor, looking at the numbers, we had a total of around like 5 million shares traded on the Ghanaian Stock Exchange with a corresponding market value of around 7 million.
Oh, well, that's a reasonable trading volume. Gloria, however, what caught my attention is that there were no gainers, no losers among the 19 GSE or Ghana Securities Exchange listed equities that participated in trading.
Exactly, Victor, and it's unusual to see like a day to go without any price changes, but it does happen from time to time in the markets, though it's very, very unusual.
Yeah, and it's interesting to note that MTN Ghana recorded the highest trading volume with 5 million shares. With 5 million shares traded. This telecom giant is often a point of focus for investors.
Exactly, and MTN Ghana is most of the prominent companies listed on the Ghanaian Stock Exchange, and its performance can have a significant impact on its exchange, however.
Well, but actually, when we look at the Ghana Securities Exchange Composite Index, it didn't see any change, closing as the same mark as it opened. Well, that was about around 3,172.35 points. However, it showed a positive change over the past weeks.
Okay, and the Ghana's index has gained like around, was it 2.84%? Yeah, and over the last 4 weeks, which is a good sign for investors in the Ghanaian market.
Well, certainly. It has been an eventful day on the Ghana Securities Exchange, and we'll continue to keep a close eye on its developments to provide you, our viewers, with the latest insights on the world of financial markets.
Exactly. So that's why we heard from the Ghana Stock Exchange, and now let's dive into the Lusaka Securities Exchange, which some people know as the LUSE, to get a sense of what has been happening there.
Well, actually, diving into the developments, Lusaka plays a significant role in Zambia's financial landscape, just as any other securities exchange of all these other countries. And it's always important to keep a close eye on its trading activity.
And looking into the data that we got, it appears we had a total of 39,365 shares traded on the Lusaka Securities Exchange with a corresponding market value of around 135,000. And however, we noticed a substantial decline in the volume compared to the previous trading days.
That's quite a drop in volume, Gloria. Well, down by 75%, but there's an intriguing aspect here, I believe.
Okay.
While volume decreased significantly, the number of deals increased by a remarkable 19%, actually 191%.
191%. That's right. Actually, you often don't see such divergence between volume and number of deals.
Certainly.
Yeah, it suggests that, however, fewer shares were traded, actually, and there is still quite a bit of activity happening on the exchange.
Actually, looking at the Lusaka Securities Exchange All-Share Index, we see a positive movement with a gain of 32.45 points, closing at 9,313.30. It's showing an impressive 7.05% gain over the past 4 weeks.
That is indeed noteworthy, Victor. A strong performance in the recent weeks can be an indicator of investor confidence.
Absolutely, Gloria. So it's encouraging to see that the Lusaka Securities Exchange continues to make positive strides, and we'll be sure to keep our viewers updated on everything that happens and all other further developments.
Okay, that was what we heard from the Lusaka Securities Exchange, and now we have some rather insightful news that has been going around, something that's been moving around in the market, moving about stocks fall.
Well, stocks falling, absolutely. Would want to actually dive right into this because it is a significant topic. We have to let you know about everything that is going on.
Intriguing developments in the European and USA markets.
Exactly. So it appears Europe's stock 600 index had a strong start at the fourth quarter, opening about 0.4% farmer. That's quite a positive move, don't you think?
Yeah, indeed. Like it's worth noting the features of the NASDAQ 900 jumped as much as 0.9% following the compromise legislation that was passed over to keep the U.S. government running until November 17th.
Yeah, actually, it is interesting how government funding can impact financial markets. So, isn't it? But investors still seem a bit jittery. I don't understand, perhaps due to concerns about central bank policy decisions.
Absolutely, Victor. There's been a quarter market by the rising bond yields, making the most of the MSCI's all-country equity index since September 2022. So investors are rightfully concerned about the interest rates on the Fed's stand.
Exactly. And speaking of the Federal Reserve, Chief Jeremy Powell is taking part in a roundtable discussion today, along with the Philadelphia Fed President Patrick Harker. It will be interesting to see if they provide any insights into future monetary policies, because when these two meet, you know that they're going to deal with all these issues, and especially with what everyone was talking about the dollar collapsing and the shutdown of the US government. This is a very crucial roundtable discussion, and it is going to affect the financial markets in a very, very positive way.
Are you sure this is going to affect us in a positive way?
Well, I'm confident. I'm actually very confident that it is, because personally, as a trader, I have waited for this meeting to happen ever since the start of last week, when everyone was talking about the Eastern world and everything they're doing that is affecting the dollar on the market.
Okay.
So seeing the Federal Reserve Chief, Jeremy Powell, along with the Philadelphia Fed President Patrick Harker meeting to discuss this, it is a relief, and I would want to encourage all other traders out there to look out and at least know what goes on within this discussion, so you can know what is going to happen next within the dollar.
Oh, wow, Victor. And the direction of the interest rates is actually crucial for both the stock and market bonds. And it's clear that this will continue to be a key driver in the upcoming weeks, however. Certainly,
because treasurers also saw a reaction with this, with 10-year yields rising about 4 basis points to 4.61% after the US government shutdown was averted, and the dollar strengthened against all its group of 10 peers.
Yeah. And it has briefly touched a year-to-date of around 149.82 against the yen, following the Bank of Japan's announcement of additional buying operations. So the currency markets can be quite reactive to the central bank decisions.
Absolutely, Gloria. Actually, it is a complex web of factors. It is a complex web of factors influencing global financial markets, and staying informed about essential information about these markets is very good for investors.
Exactly, and financial markets were actually bracing for a shutdown, so there is an element of relief, but only temporarily lifting one of the clouds hanging over the markets now, and that was said by Yungyo Mar, the Chief Investor Officer of BMO Wealth Management. So the interest rates and Fed hawkers remain the name and the game of the main driver of the markets over a few weeks. And considering the Federal Reserve Chief Jerome will take part later on Monday on the roundtable discussion, as you said. So elsewhere, Royal rose on a speculation global demand and is running ahead on the supply events.
Well, certainly. Thank you so much, Gloria, for that information. We wanted to keep you very informed and attentive with this roundtable discussion, because it is very crucial for this program and very crucial for all other traders that rely on the information that is provided through this program. So
if we're to look into the key weekly holidays and the key events this week, we have Bank of England policymaker Catherine speaking of something concerning monetary policy. That was on Monday, and we have New York Fed President John Williams moderating discussion on climate risks, and we shall be having US ISM Service Index on Wednesday.
Well, sorry for cutting through, but you would want to also highlight the Cleveland Fed President, Loretta Mester, speaks on economic outlook on Monday. I think that is a very crucial communication to the public as well, and you deserve to know what happens within it.
Yeah, and inside from our stock side, we have the S&P 500 that has featured a rise of 0.7%. The Nasdaq with 100 futures rose with a 0.9%, and the stock Europe rose 0.4% of 8.3. Was it? Yeah, and considering the currencies, we have Japanese yen that fell on 0.2%, and the British pound that rose to 0.1%.
Well, we also have the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index was a little changed, and we also have the Euro, which rose by 0.1% to $1.058.
Wow.
Going into the cryptocurrencies, we have Bitcoin, which rose 0.1% to 28,235 US dollars. We have Ether or Ethereum, which rose to 3.1% to 1,727.05%.
Exactly. And moving into the bonds, we had a yield on 10-year treasuries advanced 4 basis points to 4.61%, and we had the Germany's 10-year yield advanced 2 basis points to 2.86%. Britain's 10-year advanced 5 basis points to 4.49%. Let's move to the commodities. Well,
commodities, we have Brent crude. Brent crude rose 0.2% to $92.35 a barrel. And we have spot gold, which unfortunately fell to 0.3% to $1,843.17 an ounce. So this story is, of course, it's produced with assistance of the Bloomberg automation.
Exactly. So from our summary today, what do you have to say about the bonds, the commodities, and our futures?
Well, certainly, if we are all actually observing what is happening on the market, and we have assurance that everything has a rise. We are looking at the cryptocurrencies rising. We have the bonds, and we are looking at all the currencies giving us a rise, apart from the Japanese yen, which the fall was not expected, but it is only a 0.2%, so it can redeem itself anytime soon. Otherwise, we expect that the market this week will behave in a positive way, as is any trader's expectation. You have to keep positive so that you can be able to cope with anything that results with whatever you invested in, so that you know that, so that you are sure that you're not going to drop out, you're not going to give up, because trading is all about persistence.
Exactly, and dear viewers, we'll need you to stay tuned in for more programs on Smart 24. Thank you for watching, and we'll be coming back with more updates tomorrow, and we'll be giving you actually more information on risk management, trading psychology, how to manage your different trading portfolios, and to know which markets to invest in, which markets to look out for. So please stay tuned. Thank you. This is Nampijo Gloria Christine together with
Chiberu Victor.
Have a good day.